Hello, hello. I got it before it start echoing. Ooh, okay. How are you today, my little love bug? Hey, baby girl. How are you? Hey, hey, hey. I figured I will go live today while I straighten up my office area because it's a lot going on in here. And I'm late for my class. So I said, let me have everybody join us. Hey, boo. Black Karma. I just realized what name I saw. Hi, boo. Well, congratulations. I love the pregnant. I love that for you. I love that for you, baby girl. Congratulations. And hormones will have you going. But when I tell you that's the assignment right there, that's a beautiful assignment. That is beautiful. So I'm going to be walking around. Let me bring this down a little bit. You're welcome, my love. I'm going to be walking around doing things while I talk about sulfur today. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Where's my sulfur? Here we go. So we have some sulfur. We have a little bit of sulfur on the container. And we're going to just talk about sulfur and its magical properties. I'm cleaning. I'm taking off this tablecloth too because I got glitter on it from yesterday. It's just a mess going on down here. So I'm trying for y'all not to see all of the mess, but this is the discussion. Y'all may have to be just looking at me. All right. So sulfur. Sulfur is mainly used for things like banishing. That is what sulfur is for. Sulfur is a great for protection, great for exorcisms, great for anything that has to do with removing people, places, and things that you don't want around. They can be positive. It can be for positive and negative. It will remove it. Sulfur is found in some foods. Put you there. That was a oh, you can't even see it. Sulfur is found in some foods like onions, anything that has is in the onion family. Radish, not radish. What's those small ones? Not a radish. What are those small onions called? All onions, red onions, anything in the onion family will have sulfur in it. They have those little tiny onions. Oh, I forgot what they're called. Anyway, anything in the onion family is how I see it. It's great for purification. It's great for anything witchcraft and hoodoo. And it's like a transformation. To me, it's ruled by Pluto. It's like change now. This isn't no gradual thing like maybe hot peppers might burn it off gradually depending on the heat of the pepper. Sulfur is very swift. Sulfur is very Plutonian. Change now. It's about transformation. It's about heat, fire, rapid change is sulfur. So let me keep going with my clearing off of my desk. So with banishing cells, sulfur is great with just banishing negative energy. It dispels any type of hexes, and it just get rid of anything unwanted in your life. I've already said that, but I just wanted to reinforce that because I'm going to go down the list. In protection spells, sulfur is great for making a barrier. With my cord cuttings, this one didn't get lit because I was just using this as an example in class yesterday. But with cord cutting spells, what I love to do, oh, let me push you back. Maybe that might be a little bit better. Boom. Okay, there we go. With cord cutting spells, what I love to do is put the, put that in the trash, is put the sulfur, make a line of sulfur in the middle between you and the person. You can still leave the salt on each side of your cord cutting, but you want a nice line of sulfur in between you. That will literally cut the tie, especially if it's a karmic tie that has lasted different lifetimes. So sulfur is great in that aspect for protection. Uncrossings or crossings. If you're trying to do anything like break a hex, break bad luck, break anything negative that someone has sent towards you, I would recommend you use some type of cut and clear salt, or sulfur with salt will uncross pretty much anything. Anything, even if a person is working you every day, sulfur and salt mixed together is a great way to break a hex. Now, of course, you'll have to work it as much as that person is working you. That's another thing. So that's why I tell y'all, just work on cleansing your own energy, because people, you don't want to go back and forth with people, but you will have to work it as much as they're working you. Any spell you will. If that person is actively working you, you need to be actively removing the working. That's it, and that's all. All my papers, Lord. But this is an active work desk, and I have my little alcohol wipes. Okay. Let's keep going. Now, when it comes to transformations and having those type of profound changes in your life, sulfur is great for clearing out things internally and externally from your aura, from internal. So y'all will notice when I'm doing certain spells, I will say to remove stagnant energy from internal and external in this realm and in every other realm. Sulfur handles things like that. Your prayers can too, but sulfur is just that extra oomph, okay? That can really, look at my big old salt. I need to take this back to the stove. I don't even need this much. Well, I would like to have it for my baths, but I do a little too much. I really do sometimes. And it's really good. Sulfur is really good at destroying an enemy's hold on you. Okay. my little Christmas stockings. He's going a little around. But yes, sulfur is amazing with destroying any enemy who thinks they have some type of grip on you. If you want to know how to do those type of spells or make any of the powders and things like that, including sulfur, y'all already know to come to the Patreon at patreon.com/Inside High Tech. Ooh. I'm going to leave that here. It looks better than nothing being there. Okay. Now, I can say this. Sulfur is represented by the element of fire because it burns off things. And one of the simple ways that I like to use sulfur is simply by putting it in black salt. Okay. And I will make some charcoal, regular salt, and sulfur. And when I say a charcoal, I mean a charcoal that you would burn to do your herbs and things. You want one that is pollution free. I don't have one right here and I'm not going to find one, but you want a charcoal that is pollution free. I really don't have one right here. I'm so surprised by that. You would think that I would have charcoal on my desk, but I don't. Anyway, pollution free. You'll put some sulfur. Well, you put your black salt that's mixed with sulfur. You'll crack a window because sulfur is a bit toxic. So you want to make sure you are in a well ventilated area. You don't want those fumes and toxins being stuck in the room with you. Okay. But you'll just burn that on some charcoal and whatever energy that's in your home. Any energy, I don't care if it is a diabolical ghost that has been haunting that house for 30 years, it will leave when you burn sulfur. Okay. That is one of the most potent magical instruments you could ever use in your life. Hello. Hi, Kathy. Hey, baby girl. So, yes. Sulfur is, I would say, of all the powerful herbs to get rid of things, I will say sulfur is in the top 3. Sulfur is definitely in the top 3. I definitely use it in my uncrossings. I use it in my anything that is blockbuster related. Sulfur is in it, and I definitely use it in my black salt. Okay. So that is it about sulfur today. I wonder what the chemical properties of sulfur is, because I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I can just tell y'all how to use them. Chemical properties of sulfur. I can just tell you how to use them in magic. That's all I got for y'all. So sulfur is a reactive non-metal that chemically combines with most other elements except gold, platinum, and the noble gases. I don't even know what the noble gases are. Its key chemical properties include its tendency to form sulfides with metals, its combustion to produce sulfur dioxide, and its ability to exhibit multiple oxidation states, most commonly -2, 4, and 6. Burns blue while inflamed to produce sulfur dioxide. Reacts to most metals. Combines readily with non-metals like oxygen, hydrogen, and halogens. My daughter will be so into this type of stuff. Formation of compounds like sulfurates, sulfides, and hydrogen sulfide are common naturally occurring forms. It is also a vital component in some amino acids, playing a role in biological processes. Okay. Well, I don't know about all that type of stuff. I was just trying to see what it was made of. It's insoluble in water. And soluble in carbon disulfides. Okay. So it's soluble in other non-popular organic solvents like benzene and toluene, but not in water. You cannot mix sulfur in water. I've never tried to. I have never tried to mix sulfur in water. Okay. Well, we're going to move on from that. But that is the magical properties of sulfur and a few different ways you can use it in your magic. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you guys about sulfur. I don't think so. I think I have said what needed to be said. I'll be really thinking that these things are going to take 30 to 45 minutes, and they do not. You know? Or maybe it's the way I'm explaining them. Let me get that. Because sulfur is actually very powerful, but that is how I explain it. I don't know any other way. Just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I think that's why I came in to be a teacher, because I repeat stuff. That is so funny, because I repeat things. I have 4 daughters, so repeating is just part of the nature of motherhood. Black Karma, take notes. It's really not, but then in most cases you will have to. And then by the time you're showing it to them after you've repeated it, you're really going to be fed up. But you'll learn all that as you get older. Congratulations, baby girl. I'm so happy for you that you are having a baby. Is this your first one? Oh, congratulations. Congratulations on the baby boy. That's how I got 4 girls, child. Keep trying. And it was rough. And she acts like a boy. So there you go. But congratulations. Oh, I love that for you. Your 4th baby. I love that. Oh, that is just adorable. God bless you and the family. Because life is a beautiful thing, you know, and this will give you something to be focused on. You already got 3 other children, but a 4th baby, I feel like my 4th child is who really changed my life, who really brought me into perspective of, hold up, girl, you know, we gonna do this. I had my staffing agency when I found out I was pregnant with her, and child, I just remember being like, how am I going to run my businesses, and how and how and how? And everything turned out amazing. It turned out how it was supposed to be. And during the time, I was like, oh my Lord, I'm too old for this and I'm too old for that. Girl, no. That's my baby. Now my children are moving out and going to college. And I know I still got her another 10 years, even though I really feel like she'll be out of here before then, as far as like 17, but I still feel like that's my baby. You know, she's the last one. She'd be like, Mom, I'm not a baby. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Don't push it, young lady. You are my baby. And that's that. I booked us. I have so much work to do. I booked us a trip, guys, and have not made the flyer for it. So I have never thought I'll be doing this, but I can't reach my scalp with this damn cap thing on. I have to I don't know how y'all young people do this, but this ain't gonna work. You hear that? I can't do it. My daughter be getting on my nerves with all that tapping. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And in fact, I am going to put a baby mojo bag up for you tomorrow so you can make the baby a mojo bag. And I want to show you what bracelets you need to buy. If I go out and find some more, I'll get it for you. Because he needs a bracelet, a protection bracelet. So what I would normally do is just get a red string as soon as he's born and put the red string on him. Of course, you need to bless it and pray over that red string that nobody looks at him, overlooks him, or wishes bad on him. But he needs some type of protection bracelet. You can put on his wrist, on his ankle. He needs something. And I'm going to add a baby mojo bag. I know I did that. And I was going to post it yesterday, and I posted something else. So we're going to post the baby mojo bag for tomorrow. That's the tablecloth. When I tell you this desk got so much stuff on it. Okay. So I love that for you. I love babies. I love babies. I really do. Even if they're bad. Even if they're a little badass, I just still love them. I'm like, oh, I love them. we do? Go over here too. You need sunlight too much. There you go. When I say your girl is in here, Christmasing it up, I'm going to put up a little Christmas video showing the decorations around the house because I have been in a little Christmassy zone these last few days. Just doing all my decorating and stuff like that. You don't need to fall back. Everybody can see it. That's important. I'm just stuffing some little Christmassy looking acorn things in my front door flowers. All right, guys, I'm going to leave the live on because I don't have anything else to do but clean off the desk. And if y'all want to join in, y'all can. I can't play any music because this live is actually on YouTube and YouTube will demonetize quickly. You know, they don't play. I put 30 seconds of music up on my live yesterday. They still demonetized that one. I said, wow. And this is on Patreon. Can you believe it? I'm on my own, well, of course it's Patreons, but I'm on my own little private group and still get the, you can't use those videos link. Like, Lord have mercy. I need a tablecloth instead of this white thing I'm about to put on me, but I have to use it because my stuff is a mess. I have so much glitter. And then I'm returning this internet box to Google Fiber. I'm waiting for the box. Let me put this over here by the other cable box. That's amore. I don't know why that came through, but somebody is happy with life. Do 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 do. When I tell y'all my desk had so much stuff, has still, with all this I'm cleaning, I still have a lot going on here. Somebody is in love or very happy about a result of something. I need my air filter. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Did you do your ground cinnamon blow for Monday? I used pumpkin pie spice for mines this time. Do I need anything else off the desk that is apothecary related? Yes, salt again. And cascada. All right. Yesterday, we discussed portals. Very important. Because we're closing out with this full moon that we're coming into with Gemini. This is actually a very important full moon because Saturn has moved direct in Pisces. This is big, guys. I know y'all are feeling the burst of energy that everyone should be having, feeling like you can move forward, not feeling as stagnant, not feeling as sleepy. Saturn being retrograde in Pisces brought in a need for rest. Like, because you've gotten to the end of such a heavy karmic cycle, Pisces is the sign that everything is completed. So Saturn had went through a whole Saturn return of all of the signs over how many years? Oopsie, I didn't want to throw that away. Over 30 years. A 30-year span, 30-something year span, almost 40 years actually, span of each sign. So yeah. So we're this full moon, and Gemini represents family, your immediate community, your family, your friends, people that you have those relationships, those close relationships, or just relationships that are not relationships. Just put it that way. Gemini's represents relationships. And this don't belong there. It belongs on this desk, but I need to put it here for a moment. So with that being said, the closing out of the karmic cycles, the karmic relationships with religion, with people, places, and things that have been damn near running tyranny in your life over the last umpteen years. Okay, that's how that's worked. So here we are together. And we are closing out those cycles, and you can see it in so many different ways. I know what we're seeing with our political corner seems a bit scary, but please believe me, this is all a part of the master plan at the end of it all. I promise you, this is not a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit, okay? This is part of the master plan, and it has to go this way so that we can see how retarded we have been as a collective over the last 2,000 years. That's what it's going to show you. And I love, I was a lady on TikTok talking about the roles that each generation plays. And she got to Generation X, and she talked about us being the ones. I'm Generation X, I'm 47. She talked about us being the ones that bridged the silent, the baby boomers into the new. So we experienced our childhood with no electronics. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't even have pagers as kids. We were outside drinking water out of hoses. And our parents did not know where we were all day, period. It's just what it was. And then it got into our children being hawked upon, and their children. Well, I don't have any grandkids because my kids are still young. My kids are actually Generation Z and Generation Y. I don't even have millennials. I wasn't having kids when my friends were having kids, so I don't have any millennial kids. I have a goddaughter who is a millennial. But I don't have any millennials. Anyway, those generations, Generation Y and Generation Z specifically, but Generation Y and Z, you see how the older people complain about them so much. It's because they just have critical thinking. They're not just going to fall for the bullshit that we as Generation X have just allowed until we became adults and realized we're the one holding up all this shit, and the fuck if anybody gonna disrespect us. So now we cussing everybody out. You know, that's how Generation Xers are right now. We're like, because we got to take care of the parents and the kids, and y'all think y'all gonna just keep on putting the pressure on us. Generation Xers, we had a lot of responsibility as children. A lot of kids did, but us specifically, because again, we raised ourselves in most parts. So when we see Generation Y and Generation Z, and they're not going to work for the pennies. They're not going to kiss ass for y'all to play in their face. You see what happened with them Target people that was out there? And then they got Uno cards. Like, how insulting. Like, who wants Uno cards? You know, it's like ridiculous. So these companies are so accustomed to these type of behaviors, and we've been allowing it. But Generation X and Y and Z, they are straight no chaser. This is what it is. I'm surprised that y'all haven't seen it, but y'all, that generation need to understand that a lot of abuse was going on prior to Generation X. And even in Generation X, there was a lot of abuse going on. So a lot of what was complied upon was more forced upon. It's just what it was. If you did something that that shamed the family, you were sent away or abused. Like, that's just what it was. I don't know how to say it any other way. So it was kind of forced upon everybody else. Either way, however it goes, Generation Y and Generation Z, Those are the ones that we will follow into our new lives over the next 20 years, because that's what we're going into now, is building. We're going into building this new world come next year. Literally, as Saturn enter into Aries, we are truly now in building mode. This last 6 months, when Saturn was retrograde, this last few months, it wasn't 6, well, it's been around 6 months. It's going to be about 6. That Saturn has been in retrograde. It has been to go back and fix or put light on things that need to change, or the last little bits that might need to fix or come into alignment, or your emotions, mental state may have come into alignment. Now you have the power, now you have the clarity, now you have the wherewithal, especially for people with Pisces, sun, moon, and rising, because y'all have been through the most. Y'all are the ones who have gone through all of the signs already, and y'all are on that last decadent, and your soul is just freaking tired. Is really what it is. Your soul is tired, as it should be, because you've gone through so much lessons. And I want to say the lessons have been learned. I do want to say that I can't speak for all of you guys, but I will say the lessons have been learned. Okay? Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. And it's because Saturn was retrograde in Pisces. Saturn does not like Aries. So we're not going to have too much fuss from Saturn. It'll be more of go time. Just go. Just do what you need to do. Get it done. You're going to feel free. You should already feel some type of freeness and just getting it done. Don't worry about how you look. I got up this morning. I'm like, I just had so much going on this morning. I haven't even had time to fully dress. And I was like, I have to go live. I can't push it off. So here we are with the t-shirt, with the sweatpants and the sports bra and the hair. You know, it's whatever it is. But I'm here and we're doing what we need to do. You know, but that is Saturn. Saturn is saying, get it done no matter what. Don't be not even be afraid, because I don't think anyone is really afraid. It's more of procrastination. Procrastination, is that the word? Procrastination. And we do that. We do that. And that procrastination is over. And I don't really even think that this last few months was a procrastination thing. You were literally tired and you went to sleep. And that's what everybody was doing. We were resting because we've been through a lot. We've healed from a lot. It's been a long, long decade of work since 2016, January 1st, 2016. And in fact, I would say, January 1st, 2016 was the day it began. And we are here coming into January 1st, 2026, 10 years after the world went into a collective spiritual awakening. And we are still battling the evildoers. I want to call them the baby boomers. I know y'all are like, that's mean to say. No, them baby boomers were just ridiculous, man. And I know you will hear a lot of other spiritual people they may say it, they may not. I just feel it was bad. And I blame the baby boomers. Ay, Dios mío, this one a circle. Let me see. I'm still going to use it until I get a new one. I don't even look at the packaging. I had these for another event that I threw for my daughter. because it's still going to cover the table. It's just going to give that round edge on the end, and I'm okay with it as long as the table is covered. And then I got to go buy a new table. I've been saying that for over a month on Patreon, and nothing has happened. You want to know why? Because I have been busy. I had graduations, and then I had getting ready to put them in the school. So it was just too much going on. This year, I had started off this thing called the morning burn, and I love the morning burn, and I want to get back to it. But as soon as school time began, my life just went straight to the school stuff. And wow, this is so big. And it's just been on that tip for the last I have been on the school tip for the last since end of August. It's just what it is. And I love it. I love being a mom of 4 daughters. I'm very proud of the results because I remember me asking God for my children. Asking, am I going to be a mother? Because I had never been pregnant. I had wanted to be, but I had never actually been pregnant. So when I finally got pregnant, it was just such amazing time. And then I had my second daughter, who my ex-husband and I prayed. We got on our knees together by the bed and prayed to God for her. Then we had our third and our fourth daughter. And when we had the fourth one, we said, I ain't having no more goddamn kids. We really thought we were going to have a boy that time. We had another girl. And she is rambunctious. Her mouth. That last child, that's the one that take you there. They just take you there. You just be like, how are you able to get away with so much? You know? That's the one that do it. The rest of them be angels. And then you get that last one and you be like, what the hell? I was doing so good. I was doing so good. I thought I had this mothering thing down pat. And they remind you of hell no. Okay. My oils. Boop, boop. And my desk got my new magic book. Y'all will get access to this once it's complete. And that's it. And I got my little pictures I'm going to put in the window by the front door later. So I'm going to put this right here by the door so I can remind my daughter to do it. All right. That was the goal. Let me grab my phone. I think that is wonderful. All right. That is it, my loves. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go pick up my child from school, and I'll be back on because I want to talk more shit while I work today. I love you guys. I'll see y'all later. Do, 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 do.